Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Quality Analyst. In today's session, we are going to talk about something that looks very simple on the surface, but is extremely important in real Selenium automation. So the today's topic is browser control and page information methods in Selenium WebDriver. So before we write any advanced locators, before we handle frames, windows, waits or actions, we must understand how Selenium talks to the browser itself. So we will cover get method, getTitle method, getCurrentUrl method, getPageSource, close and quit. So let us start with the very first method every Selenium script uses, that is get method. So I will create a class in Selenium project. Okay, so just right click and create new Java class and give it a name Selenium driver methods test. Okay, and then now create a main method and then I will create a driver instance here, new Chrome driver. Just import this WebDriver and then now you should be able to use the get method. So driver.get, and then if you see, the get method takes one string URL parameter, so we have to pass that parameter to the get method. So I will just copy this URL we want to test and then I will just pass it in the get method. So now what this get method will do, it will open the browser with this URL. Okay, and at the same time it will wait for the page to be loaded fully. Okay, so it will not just open that URL, it will also wait until the page loads completely. Okay, and then we can run it now. Just right click and run. The compilation has finished. Has launched the browser and then it will navigate to the URL which we have passed, right? So this is how we can use get method. So Selenium does not immediately jump to the next line of code. It will pause, it will wait, and then it will proceed. So because it will wait until the page load is complete. So this is why get method is safe to use at the beginning of your test case. So now let's talk about the second method, that is getTitle. So now getTitle does not interact with any element on the web page. It does not click on any element. It does not type into any particular element. Instead, it asks the browser a simple question: what is the current title of the current page, right? So every web page has a title. You see on the browser tab. If you hover over this browser tab, you can see there is a title name, that is the Quality Analyst Selenium Testing Practice. Okay, so this is the title of this current page. Okay, so let's consider, if you open a real-time page, let's consider google.com. Now you see there is a title which is Google. Okay, if I search something Selenium, okay, and then let's open it, and then you see the title has changed to Selenium Google search. Okay, so this way, if you want to get the title of this current pages, we can use get title method. Okay, so let's add one more line, driver.getTitle, and then I can store it in the string. If you see here, it will return string. Okay, it will return string, so I will simply store it in a string title text, and then you can simply print it by system.out.println title text. If you want to concatenate with some message, you can do that, but yeah, like for now I think it is fine. I will simply run it. We'll just close this and run it. So why until this run, like why is getTitle is important? Because the titles are often used for verification. So let's consider you click on some login button. How do you know that login was successful? So one way is you can check some elements on the dashboard, or maybe you can check some welcome message. Okay, but another and very simple and reliable way is you can simply check the page title. So if the page title changes from, let's consider the login page title is login page practice. So if it is getting changed to home page dashboard, that means you are correctly logged into the page, right? So this is a very strong validation. In automation, you will often see this kind of patterns. Okay, so that's why we prefer getTitle for such kind of validations. So it's finished now. It will start running the test. It has launched the browser. It should have printed the title. You see, the title is the quality analyst Selenium testing practice. So it has correctly printed the title of this current page. So this is how we can use getTitle method. Now let's move to the third method, that is getCurrentUrl. Okay, so again, this method answers another critical question: which URL I am currently on. So why does this matter? Because in modern applications, the page may change, the content may update, but the URL tells the real story. So for example, if you go inside our example here, let's consider this example. So now the URL you see, it is practice.html, right? If you click on login, it will open up the another page, and you see there is a question mark, page equals login. So this extension to the URL gets added here, right? So even if the UI looks similar, the URL usually changes. Okay, so that's why we can use getURL to verify the navigation, checking some redirections, validating success or failure pages. Okay, and another important use case for this is security testing. So for example, if user enters wrong credentials, application should stay on the login page, right? It should not navigate to the dashboard. So you can verify the expected URL should be equal to actual URL and catch the serious bugs, right? So for this, generally we prefer getCurrentUrl method, and it returns string. Again, the URL in the string format. So let's consider like we will try to get the URL of this current page. So again, I will use the driver instance, and then I can use the method directly. You can see getCurrentUrl, and then you see the return type is string. So just use this method. No need to pass any parameter here. And again, I will just store it in current URL. And then I can again run this page. Print line current URL. Sorry, the spelling, I had it wrongly. Okay, so URR. Okay, now it is correct. Yeah, now it is correct. So what it will do is it will open the page, it will print title, and then after that it will print the current URL of the page. So I will run, or maybe before I can do some more stuff. Okay, I will simply use this login function, login button. I will just click on login button, or maybe let's just simply use this particular page now. Okay, so run it, and then it will print the current URL of the page. Because we will cover the another topic for window handling in our next sessions. Then we will try to run this script one more time, and we will print the URL for the all the tabs that we can do once we cover our window handle topic. Printed. Okay, you see the URL is printed. The current page URL is printed here, right? Now let's move to the next method, that is getPageSource. So the getPageSource will return the entire HTML source of a current page, everything, all tags, all attributes, all the scripts, all the hidden elements. So now you might ask, why would I ever need the full page source, right? So let's say, for example, we need it for debugging. Sometimes the Selenium cannot find an element, you are sure it exists, but Selenium says no such element. So by printing the page source, you can confirm, did the element actually load, did the ID change, did the page refresh unexpectedly. The second is content verification. Sometimes you want to check the error messages, the hidden text, the server responses. So instead of locating individual elements, you can simply check if certain text exists inside the page source. The third point is framework level logging. So many automation frameworks capture page source when a test fails, so developer can analyze what went wrong, right? So again, the get page source will return a huge string. It is not meant for regular assertions, it is mainly for debugging, logging, and advanced validation. So we need to use it very wisely. Okay, so let's use that as well. So driver dot get page source. Okay, you see again, it will return the string, right? So we can again store it in some variable, or you can simply print it. Okay, but I will just follow the same format. Get page source, and then I will simply print it, system dot out dot print line, and then page source. Okay, and again you can run it. Yeah, it should have printed everything. You see there is a huge page source. You see complete page source got printed here, right after our title, or URL, sorry, URL. After URL, you see the complete HTML page source has been printed here. Okay, so again, we are not usually preferring this method, but yeah, it's good to know for the interview perspective. So now let's move on to the next method, that is close and quit. So we will check this. So again, we will briefly understand this, and then in our next sessions we'll understand it very well. Okay, so for now the close is enough. Quit we can understand it very well in like when we handle windows, multiple windows. Okay, so now if you see, the window got open, our test is passed, but still our current window is open, right? So if you want to close it, we can simply use close method. Okay, so I will simply use the method driver.close and then run it again. So it will quickly launch and quickly close after all the steps are completed. Okay, you see it has closed. So because our test case has opened only one session, that will be our current window, right? So if your test open multiple windows, then again in that case close will only close the active window. Okay, so this becomes extremely important when you work with multiple tabs, pop-ups and child windows. So let's say if your test case is opening multiple windows, then in that case close might not help, because close will only close the current session, right? The current window, whichever is in focus, right? So that will only close with the help of close method. Okay, so for example, if your test case is opening multiple windows, okay, let's consider this one. Okay, so now I have here 2 3 tabs, right? So if you want to close all the tabs, in that case we can use quit method. Okay, so for now, if we simply, in such case, if we use close, it will only be able to close the current window. Okay, so let's try that. So I will try to find out the XPath for login here, because login will open new page. Just inspect this. Sorry, it has clicked on it. Okay, so now I can have the ID here, so I can simply use ID. So write a XPath. So I will just simply comment this page source. We don't need it. Okay, and then let's find the element, driver.find element by dot id, and then just pass that particular, import this class and pass the id, right? And then click on it. So it will open up new page. Okay, but still our focus will be on the older one, right? So but for now it's fine. And then I will try to close this now. Okay, but it will open up in the new tab, so not in new window. Okay, so again, as our session will be closed here. Let's see how it goes. Okay, now it has opened. Oh, you see only the current session has closed and the second session is still there. Okay, so this works in tabs as well as windows. So yeah, okay, so if you want to close all the sessions, you can simply use quit. Okay, so I will use quit now. Let's comment this out, and then I will use quit here. Okay, in that case it will close all the tabs, all the sessions. Okay, Okay, it is opening the browser. I will click on the login. Okay, and then it will close all the session, right? So this is how quit method works. Close will close only one session which is in focus, and driver.quit will close complete session. Okay, so these methods are basically used for the final cleanups. So once your test case is run successfully, you will close the browsers with the help of these methods. Okay, so let's quickly summarize what we learned today. The get method, which will open the web page and waits for the page to be loaded, right? Get title, it will tells the current page title. Get current URL, which tells where we are, what is the current URL of the page. Get page source, which gives the full HTML of the current web page. Close, which will close the current window or tab where the driver focus is there. And quit, again it will closes everything and end the complete session. So these methods may look basic, but they are used in every single Selenium framework. If you master this, you will write cleaner test, debug faster, and control the browser confidently. So in the next videos, we will build on this foundation and move into more advanced browser interactions. So if this video helped you understand Selenium browser control clearly, make sure you like the video. It really helps the channel grow. If you are serious about mastering Selenium step by step, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification, because upcoming videos will take you from beginner to real world automation engineers. And as always, keep practicing, keep experimenting, and I will see you in the next session. Thanks for watching.